Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Bryan with DD214 Transport. Please like, subscribe, and hit the little bell for notifications so you'll be updated when I post. Hey, share these videos with some brothers and sisters out there that might need a change of venue. So today I'm reaching out and we're going to talk about you don't know what you don't know. But first, I want to update you on a couple things. Okay, so I'm still home. I have not been out since I last went out. I've got a lot of stuff done. I've stayed very busy since I've been home. Right now, Bessie, my truck, is being wrapped. I'm going to show you sort of what it's going to look like here. You guys tell me what you think. The trailer is in the shop. I'm adding some toolboxes to it. And of course, the other issues that had to be dealt with. Now, an announcement. A few weeks ago, I purchased Iggy 6 dispatch service. So, during this time, I have been in the process of learning to dispatch because I don't believe that I can have a dispatch service if I don't know how to dispatch. So that's what I've been doing. Getting all of that set up and moving has been quite a bit of undertaking. I couldn't have done it if I was on the road. So this has all worked out well. Freight rates are starting to come up, and like I said, I'm going back out in a week. So now, you don't know what you don't know, and don't consider this as anything more than, hey, I didn't know. And I didn't know some of this stuff. So the things I learn and the things I know, I'm trying to bring them to you. Now, we all know that you have to get your MC if you're going to be your own motor carrier, if you're going to run under your own authority, and you're going to need a D.O.T. number. We all know that. But guess what? There's states out there that require more, certain states. So certain states have different permitting requirements. Now, I'll tell you now, this is a lot of the reason I employ Miss Mary to do my compliance things, because I never know where I'm going, or, you know, when you're running LTL out there, which stands for less than truckload, but when you're running that, you really don't have time to, you know, worry about every single little point. Am I okay? So I employed Miss Mary to keep me straight. Basically, she keeps me in line. So if I have a question like, for example, going into New York, if I have this question, I'm going to get on the phone with her. If I'm picking up going to New York, I'm calling her. Say, look, I have to go to New York to Connecticut. What do I need? Okay, so additional taxes permits by state. The first one we're going to talk about is New York. All right, in New York imposes a highway use tax, or a HUT tax, on any motor carrier using New York highways with a gross vehicle weight over 18,000 pounds. Non-CDL or CDL hotshots, you're going to be 26 or 26 and over. So you're going to need, if you're going to run through New York, you're going to need to get a hold of the New York Department of Revenue and get this stuff straightened out. When I did it, I called Miss Mary, and Miss Mary said, no, you don't need it because you're not stopping in New York. You're going to stay on the interstates. You're not stopping in New York, therefore you don't need it. So save me 90 bucks. So, all right, these carriers that are over 18,000 pounds, if you're going to pick up or deliver in New York, are required to register and obtain a New York HUT certificate and decal. So I'm not going to go into the finites of registering and all that. You guys can look that kind of stuff up. I'm just giving you, the basics. Now you can get a trip permit. If you're going to stop and pick up, I think it's a 3-day permit that expires at midnight on the 3rd day. I think that's sort of how that works. Again, I'm not a guru on how it all works. That's why I got married. All right, so the next thing we're going to talk about is Kentucky. There's a lot of confusion. Hey, good morning. Have some coffee. Have some coffee. So there's a lot of confusion over Kentucky, and I was a little bit confused. I thought that initially I had to have one just run through Kentucky. And that's not how it works. Kentucky Highway Use Tax. It says if you're operating a motor vehicle intrastate or interstate in Kentucky with a combined weight in excess, more, if you're more than 59,999 pounds, you have to get the Kentucky tax sticker. So that's pretty simple. Most of us aren't going to do that. You're going to be in a semi to do that. So in most cases, we will not need the Kentucky tax stamp. Now, guys, here's one. My friend Bryan actually lives in Texas. His company's based out of Texas. And he had no idea that he was required to have a Texas D.O.T. sticker on his truck. Now, Texas is a little weird, okay? If you can go into Texas and you can pick up. You can go into Texas and you can drop off without this. But you can't pick up and run intrastate, which is pick up and drop off in Texas, without this. Okay, so if you realize this, if you live in North Carolina and you're going to Texas to drop off, then you pick up in Texas, then you pick up another one in Texas, and then you drop off in Texas, and then you go to Arizona, guys, you got to have this sticker. If you do any intrastate transport of goods, you have to have this sticker. Okay, so the other little unknown gem in Texas is that if you are based out of Texas, you are required to have this. Doesn't matter the weight, doesn't matter anything. If you are based, if your domicile is in Texas, you must have a T.O.T. sticker, okay? So remember that. All right, the next one is, it's Oregon. Well, let's talk about Oregon a minute, because they're not playing any games. If you step over the line in Oregon, you need a tax stamp, period. Whether it's and this is 26,000 pounds, period. You got 26,000, if you're rated for 26,000 pounds, you have to have this stamp. So you're going to need, and they call this like Oregon weight mile tax. They're going to get you, period. So you might as well get your, you can either, if you're going to run these areas, you might as well get your annual stamp or your annual sticker. If you're not going to run these areas and you just hit them occasionally, you can do this on a, a per occasion deal. But you can only do it You can only get 5 temporary passes a year, I believe, in a 12 or in a 12-month period. So understand that. You might even want to take these states and leave them in your cab book, just so you know that if you get dispatched to this state or you take a load to this state, you've got an extra requirement to deal with. All right. New Mexico. New Mexico, if you are hauling within or through the state of New Mexico and operate a vehicle with a gross vehicle weight over 26,000, this says over 26,000. That means 26,001. So if you're a CDL hotshot, this is going to pertain to you. If you're a non-CDL hotshot, you don't have to worry about this. So, New Mexico, CDL hotshotters, you need to pay attention to this and know what you're doing. And that's if you're driving through it. You need to get this taken care of. Okay. You can get a temporary permit. It's only valid for 72 hours. Now, California, drivers who transport property, operate large commercial vehicles, transport hazardous material, or operate vehicles requiring a CDL need a motor carrier permit as evidence they have registered for California identification number. So, it's basically, if you run in the state of California, you're going to need a permit. That's pretty much it. Non-CDL or CDL. Because it says, any person or business entity that is paid to transport property in their motor vehicle, regardless of size, type, and weight. So, there you go, guys. Okay, the next one we're going to go through is Nevada. And it basically says, out-of-state commercial vehicle with a combined vehicle weight rating of 10,001 pounds or more are required to get a registration permit before entering the state. Fuel tax permits are required for vehicles at 26,001 pounds or more. Okay? Or the vehicle has 3 axles or more. So, Nevada, you're going to have to get a permit to run through it. Arizona. Now, let's talk about Arizona. For lawful travel to a destination within or through the state, foreign-based interstate carriers entering Arizona are required to provide evidence of a valid registration or the ERP plan. Okay, evidence will be the sticker on your truck. If you are running CDL, you'll have a sticker on your truck. You're part of that. If you're not, you're going to have to get a permit. Non-CDL guys are going to have to get a permit through Arizona. So, you can get a 4-day permit. Yeah, you're going to get a 4-day permit out of Arizona. All right, guys, so there's some of the stuff you may not know. If you didn't know it, outstanding, we taught you something. And that's our purpose here. If you did know it, hey, now you know again. But look, guys, nothing you're ever going to put on that truck, pick up, put down, is worth your life or anybody else's life. So, if you're going to do this business, do it legally, do it safely. Be sure you have all your permits in place. Reach out to Miss Mary if you're trying to get started, or you want not to have to deal with all this permitting things while you're out on the road. She can put you under a compliance whatever she does. And yeah, look, guys, enjoy life. It's short. Thanks to everybody. We appreciate you, and we'll see you next time. Thanks. It's Bryan with DD214.